And welcome back to an episode of Off the Shelf. I'm Mercer and Tim HD, and this week we found Off the Shelf was...
They're about to come face to face with a cop who's crossed the line.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Léon the Professional, directed by Luc Besson, I believe I'm saying that correctly, starring Jean Reno, Natalie Portman, and Gary Oldman. This film was released in 1994, and it is a action drama, no, not really action, a crime drama, more of. Well, there is action, it's scarce. This film is about a hitman by the name of Léon, obviously Léon the Professional, and him running from crazy-ass Gary Oldman, all the while his, strange relationship with Natalie Portman. And, kind of being his apprentice of sorts. And I very much liked this film. I really did like it. Although there is one big issue that I have with it, and it might just be me, but I will touch on it later. But for now, I'm going to talk about the positive stuff. Now, I really liked obviously the acting was great. Fucking Gary Oldman is Gary Oldman. I mean, what else do I have to say? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. But Gary Oldman, of course, being Gary Oldman is awesome. I think he should be... Honestly, I wanted more of him because his character was just so entertaining, and he's just such a great actor, And obviously, he just kills it in every scene that he's in. Even though he's not in many scenes, he kills it in every single scene. Obviously, not disregarding Natalie Portman, who was very young when this movie came out. I think around 13. And obviously, Jean Reno's a great actor too. But I mean, compared to Gary Oldman, I mean, come on, it's Gary Oldman. And Natalie Portman's very young in this movie, and it was her first movie, which is pretty crazy to think about. About how young she was when this movie came out. And it really is just, very, very nuts. Because I didn't know she started so young. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. Also, Jean Reno is a great actor. I haven't seen him in many things, or I bet I have, it's just been a while. But yeah, he's a great actor too, but as I said, Gary Oldman. But aside from the acting side, I do think obviously the shots were great. I think the score was actually really good. I think it really helped add the impact of a scene, or helped add the emotional impact of a scene. It helped emphasize the tone, Of course, I think the shots were great. I also think that overall, I think I liked the pacing, because even though there were some scenes that seemed like nothing was happening, important stuff was happening, but it wasn't anything super, super eventful, but it was important. I did like the pacing of this film quite a bit. It flew by, even though it was fairly slow-paced for the length that it was. Not too slow-paced, but it was decently, and I still really liked it. Because of that, because I think the slow pace really helped it build, helped the story build to the very end. And some things that I liked about this film were, I really liked the story. I thought it was really impactful, aside from one aspect of the story that I'll get to later. But most of it, the rest of it, I really liked. Mainly because I really liked the emotion. I think I was really invested in these characters, and I really wanted to see them succeed. I really wanted to, see good things happen to them. I really was invested in their little journey they went through. Of course, obviously, I've already touched on how great Gary Oldman was. He was probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite part about this movie, was probably Gary Oldman. I mean, I don't need to explain more there. I already went into it. Great actor. I mean, one thing I really liked about Gary Oldman's performance is just, he he was kind of over the top, but in a way that felt believable. You know, he was actually like scary, right? Like he was so intimidating that it was like kind of funny on how like I don't know how to describe it. He was just so into the role. Like he was obviously he was just so good, and you believed he was fucking crazy, right? In this movie, he's absolutely fucking crazy, and that's why I wanted more scenes with him because of how, like, as I said, kind of over the top his character is. Like he's like probably on drugs most of the time. In the movie, when you see him, he's like on drugs most of the time, and he's just like cracked out all the time. He's like, his hair is always greasy and in his face, and he's like always sweating. It's fucking great. And he's just like, just like sometimes when he, like the way he delivers some lines is just fucking gold. Like, it's like, I want to do the air, that's like, so basically there's a scene where they're like trying to kill Jean Reno and his apprentice, Natalie Portman. And they go to the apartment, and like he's mowed down all the guys that have come to get him so far. And they're like, and like a guy walks up to him, he's like, he killed him, man. What are we doing? He's like, send everyone. He's, what do you mean everyone? He's like, everyone. Everyone. Like I can't do it justice, but you just need to see that clip. It's fucking great. I think it's like honestly, I knew what the clip was without even knowing it was from this movie until like I saw Gary Oldman in the movie. But I think that's like, as I said, I can't do it justice. You need to look at it because it's fucking glorious the way he pronounces it, like the way he like just pronounces it, the way he says it is just fucking hilarious. And like he just really is probably the best character in the movie in my opinion. I really think he is. He's great. Obviously though, I do like the like hitman montages that are splayed across the movie. I really think those are enjoyable. I really like the scenes with Natalie Portman and Jean Reno, you know, just, you know, doing hits and, you know, bonding. But with the positives, there is one glaring negative that I have with this film that is just kind of a personal thing. I don't know if this is just me, but I think, like, some of the the weird scenes where Natalie Portman is, like, kind of flirtatious with Jean Reno really made me uncomfortable. I really did not like any of those scenes. I hated all of them. I'm like, please stop, please stop, please stop. I absolutely hated it. And that is, like, probably something that bumps it down a couple scores for me, is all those scenes are absolutely awful, and I hate them. I hate all of them, and they make me super uncomfortable. I don't know if that's just me, but, like, it's just, no, I don't like it. But yeah, that is the one big negative I have with the film, but the rest of it is fine. But yeah, big negative is I don't like any of the flirtatious scenes. It's really uncomfortable. Why? Well, it's because, like, I'd say why is because, like, you know, there's such a big age gap, right, in the movie and in reality. Right? Like, Natalie Portman is actually 13, and Jean Reno's, like, pushing late 30s, early 40s, maybe mid-30s. And it's just, like, it's kind of gross to me. I didn't like it at all. And I kind of didn't like how the film didn't really acknowledge the fact that it was gross. I mean, they kind of did with, like, the little scene with, like, the attendant guy at the hotel. But that was more, like, for comedy. And it's just, like, you didn't need to put that in there. In my personal opinion, I think the film could have done without it. I would rather have had more of a father-daughter relationship because of the age gap. Which was more what it was like in the actual film, but I really don't like the romantic, flirtatious scenes. I think they're all terrible. Give me the creeps. So, while I do find these scenes uncomfortable, I do have to give the movie this. Léon does acknowledge that. He's like, every time she tries, he's like, stop, no, like, we're not going there. I will give the movie that. It never goes that far. But I still don't like it. Every scene with that, I'm like, I like the movie. I like the rest of the movie. Please, can we move on from this scene? Right? It just made me uncomfortable. And I think if you like crime movies, if you like drama movies, like dramas, if you like these kind of films, I do think you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I would recommend it. And as I said, even though I'm very uncomfortable with some of the like flirtatious scenes, I do feel like they're not all over the movie. So even if you think you'll be a little uncomfortable with that, you could always just skip ahead when the scenes come up, because, or maybe you could just go through it. I mean, there's not that many, and I think you could still get enjoyment out of it either way. So yes, I would recommend this film, and overall, I believe my final rating would be an 8.5 out of 10. Incredibly enjoyable movie, and I do recommend it for you to watch. And yeah, I think I've said what I say. Think I've said my piece. So guys, hope you like this video. Share it with friends. Subscribe with notifications on. Comment down below how much you liked it. And I've been Runtime HD. Shooting off.